Greetings to you all. Welcome to my channel. I am Patrick. So one of my students have been disturbing me to help her set up a VS Code or VS Studio code actually, so that she could be using it to run her SQL codes and all that. So honestly, I've not been chance, but today I decided to make this. So this particular video is specifically dedicated to you, Miss Jessica. So first of all, when you get your system or your Windows open, okay, go to Chrome and search for VS Code download. So you're going to see the first one. Click on it. Sorry. So we're going to search Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio Code. I think this is it. So we're going to click on the first one. So you could click on the first one or the second one. You're going to see this environment. You see where they wrote download Windows for Windows. So click on download for Windows and come here and download. So I'm downloading this for Windows. It's going to be, so I'll set my download. So I'm just going to set this as 64 installer, 64 MB. So check my download. So it's coming up. So you just give it a little time for it to get downloaded. So just give it a little time to get downloaded. Just in few minutes, maybe 2 minutes or thereabout. Oh, it's becoming slowly depending. So maybe yours might be faster than mine, depending, but I'm almost there. Yours might actually be faster than my own. Okay, I think we're almost there. Good, here we go. So I'll double click on this to install it or set it up. I'll go again. It's still loading. So you can see, if you look here, it's coming up. So if I come here and say, so scroll down, just come and accept this, accept the agreement and say next. Now this is the part where this particular folder we're supposed to get. So you can actually decide where to install it, the location where you want to keep it. You can decide to browse and search for a place where you want to keep it. Assuming I want it to be on my desktop, I can just select my desktop and click OK. So I'll just say next. Come here, don't create a start menu folder. Maybe if you want it to create a start menu folder, you won't. But if you don't want it, there's no need of checking this. I can just continue. I don't want it to create a start menu folder. Just come here and check all these boxes. So here is create a desktop icon, open with code action to Windows, open with code action to Windows Explorer directly and other. So just make sure you check all these boxes. Okay, now and just click install. Now your Visual Studio Code, VS Code will install. Once the progress bar is filled up, your code will get your studio code will be installed. Just give it a little time. Let's wait for it. You can see my VS Code here. So once this progress bar is filled up 100%, it will get installed. Extracting all the files I have in the system, so because it will wants to be reading it. Okay, we're almost there. We are approaching it. Okay, I think we're done now. We're done extracting the code. Now launch the code. So here I will just say finish. You can see this. Okay, now continue with GitHub. If you have a GitHub account, depending on your choice, you can also continue with Google if you have any Google account. If you don't have, there's no problem. So but since you have, you can also continue with Google. You can link it up with Google. So I will do that. Okay, because of some reasons I'm just going to go back. I will do that. Okay, let me do that now. I wouldn't want to waste time. Continue. So let me just remove this. Okay, I'm going to do maximize this. Okay, now this is so this is the interface of the Visual Studio Code. We just downloaded it now. So on this right hand part, this is your agent, your artificial agent, AI. You can use AI to assist your work and all that. You can interact with it to seek for more help and all that. So here we have a maximize secondary sidebar. This is our setting. If you click on this, you want to customize the AI agent. Do you understand? So here you can customize and set it the way you want. So on this one, this is new chat. To always add new chat. Example is this. Assuming I have a chat here, I will keep creating a new chat. I have new chat editor, and many more. So at the top here, this is the ribbon. This place, you already know this. So this is a sidebar that toggles the secondary aspect, which is just this AI agent. If I click this, that will close, but this, it will activate. This will show me, if I click on the second one, it will show me this bar that has problems, output, debug console, terminal, and ports. Okay, this is also where I will come and see my terminals, or to see my the result or output of whatever thing I'm doing, whether my codes are reading properly or not. Then this is basically on this left hand side. So if I click on this, that will go off. So this, on this place, now we have different outputs here. So this, we have the file, the explorer, so we have the search bar, we have the source control, we have run and debug, and we have the extension. So here is your account, and this is your manage. So you want to set up this or reset this again, you can come to this place to do whatever. So at the top here we have files, edit, selection, view, go, run, and terminal. So here, if you want to select any file from your system, you can as well come and click to this explorer, come and check new file, or go to open folders, search for the folder you want to open, and bring it in Visual Studio Code. Okay, so you can just search for the folder. Let me go to, I can think of getting this folder, select this, it automatically come to this place. You can see it here. This is the folder, I just brought it in. This is actually a data on Apple products. So now this is, you can connect your, this, you can search for files here, you can search and you can replace. You can search for anything, you can replace with this search icon. This is source control. You can use this to manage your work or control your workspace, maybe your GitHub and other of your portfolios and other. You can actually use this to connect and other. Now this is run and debug. You can set up this to run and debug your codes or run and debug your problems here. Now this is extension. This enables us to use more outputs, much basically some softwares that we have in our system, and we want to be running it here on SQL, on Visual Studio Code. We can just use extension. So extension enables us to download some plugins, be able to use it for more work. So since you want to be running SQL in this Visual Studio Code, all you just need to do is to go to extension, search for SQLTools. By default, I've seen it here. If I click this is it. So if you just search SQLTools, it will open. Just come and click on it and install. Once it's installed, it will ask you if you trust the source. Yeah, we trust the source because the source is from, okay, I will just trust workshop and install. So I trust the source. So but before you actually install, you have to be very careful. Okay, so it's installing. Once it's installed, you will see it here, right? So come to it, you'll be asked to add or connect your database. With this, you can be running SQL, but this is not complete yet. So what you need to do, you still need to download plugin for SQL. Do you understand? So we need to download a plugin for SQL. So what I need to do here is to search for SQL. So I'm trying to get, it can actually come here to do that. So here, if I just type SQL, sorry, my SQL plugins is gonna be, so this one, I'm going to click on it. I'm just checking individually. Okay, this is not it. So this one, SQLTools, because what we downloaded here is SQLTools, right? So just come and search for SQLTools, MySQL and other. So SQLTools, this is the one we downloaded, the tool. So we're going to download the plugin of the one we downloaded. So this is the one we're looking for because we want to be using MySQL in it. So this has a MySQL inside, so I can just say install. Okay, so once you succeed in downloading the driver for this SQLTools, this is what I did. I typed SQLTools driver. Okay, it will come up with this. You can, let's say I delete this. I say SQLTools, exactly what you download. So the SQLTools driver, this is it. Once you are done downloading it, I've just downloaded it. Just come and click. You will see install. You come and click install. So I just installed it. So once you see on install here, that means it's already installed in your VS Code. So I will cancel this. I will come back to this. I just want to connect this my database I have on my workbench currently to VS Code, so that I can be using VS Code to run it. So click to add connection. You're going to see this. Okay, this is MariaDB, this is MySQL, and this is, so mind you, these are the same procedure you could use to install any driver or any extension here, be it Postgres, MySQL server, or sorry, SQL server or MySQL, whichever one. This is also the same way. So but since I'm using MySQL, I'll just come and click MySQL. So it will bring out a connection assistant for me. This connection assistant will require my information based on my workbench. So what I need to do, if I know them offhand, I will just manually enter the information. But if I don't, I will go back to my database or my workbench, my SQL workbench. Now go to this place. You're going to see SQL connection. So these are your details. This is local instance, and your local instance name is MySQL 80. This is for me, and is running on root. This is root, and this is localhost. So what I need to do, I come back to Visual Studio Code, connection name. So this, my connection name is MySQL 80. Okay, I will keep the connection group as default. Then connection using, you can change, or depending on the one you are using, you can change it to server. You can select server and port. You can change socket and file, or connection string, but I'm going to keep it as server and port because this is running localhost and this is just by default. I'm just going to keep it default. This is localhost. I'll keep it that way. So at the end, come to this port. Make sure you add 0 at the back of this 3306. In as much as here in your old localhost is just 3306, but make sure you add 0 at the back. It still doesn't make any changes, but you have to add the 0. It's very important. Then you come to the database, select the name of the database. Make sure the database is already existing in your workbench. Okay, I have a database and I know the name of the database. Sales record is already existing in my database. This is what I mean. Just go to your workbench. So any database you are selecting, make sure it's already in, it can be found here. So this is the one I just selected. Is this particular database I just selected. So because I want to connect this database to VS Code, so you have to do that. So I just wrote the name, sales record. Now the username is default and is always root. If you check here, you're going to see, you're going to see it, the username is root, because this is running on a local host. So this is root by default. So password mode, you can decide on what information to carry on with this. SQL2 driver credentials, act on connect, use empty password, save and order. So I'm going to say save as plain text in settings, so that I'll be able to write the password. So you have to enter the password you use while downloading the software or while creating your SQL account. So I'm writing my own password here. So when you are done, come to this MySQL driver specific, put it in X protocol. Okay, so you just have to decide if your SSL, if you're using the SSL, you use check enable, else just keep it at disable. And likewise, so check your connection timeout, always set it at 30. You can change any number, but just keep it at 30 always as default. So you first, before you save your connection, please kindly check the connection. Now, if you check the connection, it will be indicating you green here, meaning yes, it was successfully connected. If it's not, it's going to show you red or something like that. So I can save connection now. Now I have saved this connection. I can now also connect now, right? Now I have connected this. I have my SQL workbench here. Now I have my SQL80 running here. So if I click on this, I'm going to see all the database in that workbench. If I go back to the workbench, I have four databases here. If I go to workbench and open this my SQL80, this is the 1, 2, 3, 4 databases I have here. So if I go here to say, since this one is the one I want to use, if I check on it, if I open it, that is expand it, I'm going to see the content of that database. I expand any one, I'm going to see how many. I'm expanding the tables, I'm going to see the content of the tables. I can expand each of the tables, I see the content of the tables, right? So these are just the content of this particular database. In this database, we have tables, we have views, functions, and procedures, right? In the table, we have four different tables. We have we have four different tables. We have the customers, we have the locations, we have orders, and we have products. In each table, customer table, for instance, we have columns. You can easily know how many columns we have from there and all that. So this is just it, and this is just everything that has to do with that. So I can write my code here. It's going to work. If I say let me use sales record. Now,
sorry, I don't understand.
I'm sorry for that. My Siri is not. So if I come here and click run, it will run the code. So normally when you use the database in MySQL, it's not going to show you anything. It's only going to tell you your code is successfully written or successfully run. So because this one I'm not doing any manipulation, or I'm not displaying anything, that is why you didn't see anything here. But this is your result output, or output results, where your information is going to be displaying, right? And this is your code editor, where you're going to be writing your code and all that. And this side shows you your schema, where your database, but make sure where you selected is under your SQL2, and that's which you're going to be seeing this. So I can say show tables the same way, or the same things we run in my SQL. So here, if I click, I can come here and say run. So for instance, now you see it say oops with error, please check the. So this is your output result. This is going to be showing you your result. And so also below here, you're also going to be seeing the information about the syntax you wrote and all that. So I'm going to say show, I will call the table name customers, right? Then I'll run it. Okay, sorry, I'm going to say describe. So it's actually now running. So this is just it. You just gonna be running your code, and the more database you open, the more you see them here. So, and this is just, so all this code I'm running here will just be opening up here. So I can cancel this from here, cancel this, and I can cancel this as well. Okay, so this is just to split the table into two. I can as well cancel it. So this is basically how we use it. I can close this now because I'm done connecting it. So if you look deep down here, if you look down, let me push this way and create more space here. So if you look here, you're going to see your database connected. This place shows you that your database is connected, and this is going to show you the language you are running on. So this is SQL language. Now this is SQL. If for instance you want to run Python, you can come here and click and select the appropriate language. Do you understand? And select the language, or you can also come and create a file for that particular language, but that is not a problem. So we try another database. So that is the database show tables. I'm going to say okay, let me run another this. I'm going to say use today. Right now you will be asking, how can you run so this is okay. You can come here and right click, let me refresh this. So once you are seeing this green, it means that your connection is active. Your connection is working and is very active. You can add new connection by clicking this to connect again. You can add new file by clicking this. This is the old one, this is the new one. Just like what we do here on MySQL, I can come here, new query. I can come to add another query, maybe open a new script. Sorry. So I can come to add, mind you, I have local instance here. I have another local instance. I have another local instance. Okay. So I can come here to open more SQL file like this. I create a name, or I can add to my schema, whichever thing I can do here, I will be able to do it there as well. So as I just added this file here, making it file 4, this is the same thing here. This is the same thing of saying add another file, add another file. You see that the numbers are increasing. I can delete this and all that. So this is basically how it works. So just get your code and write your code here, run it. Make sure you are connected to the so-called database here. It's very important, and you can see that detached file from. So you can see that from this table. Let me see the names of the table. So I wanted to show table before. Now I can manually do it here. Just click and go to the table, manually do it here, or describe table, just what I tried to write. I can describe table. Okay, so I wrote what was the difference here. So I just described this table. I wrote it manually here. It didn't actually work. I don't know why. So I can as well show table to see the table. There's no record in customer name and all that. So you can do the same. Go to this, right click, describe table, or show table. You can create queries for each of the table. So let's say generate instant code. These are like instant code for So I can run this code and all that. So this is where you write your code, and you know this is AI powered to an extent. So if you're writing a code, by default it's going to ask you what is the next thing. So you just have to activate it. Now I'm going to connect this with my what's it called, my account, Google account. Connect it with my Google account. So I'm just going to say authorize. So always allows this. Okay, so this session, let me refresh it. I'll just say I need your help. I need your help. I can now expand this. So now sure, what do you want? So I can say activate the agent with my code to run, to assist my query. So let me cancel this, and cancel this. So everything here is perfectly working. So this is just the end of it. So you can as well do many other stuff here. So you can, like I've explained this already, you can decide to change the theme of your own. You can download more plugins. This is the theme. You can just decide to change the theme color, come to settings, come to theme, come to theme color. You can just decide to select any color of your choice to change the background or the look of the. So I can just say I love something that is a kind of dark or reddish. So I will just say dark, I think Abbas. I will prefer this. So anyway, anyhow you want to keep it, depending. You can also go to the extension to download more colors, like or more designs or theme, like Dracula. Dracula theme. You can install it. Yeah, install. You can get many things involved. Dracula theme, it's automatically right there. You can even download Cloud AI in it, or Cloud Code. Just install, do anything possible you can, or ChatGPT, do anything you can do in it. Just install. Okay. So this is basically so this is the data I loaded before on it. So anyways, take care of yourself. This is the end of the class. Please kindly like and subscribe to my channel. Okay,